There you go. Yeah. Job banger.
Yeah. You know, I've been away for a little minute. But
Yeah. I was mad as a motherfucker at Job.
I never seen that brother get mad. He like,
this dude right here.
Yeah. You ready? We on? Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, December 17th, 2017 is closing. Welcome to Dynamic Analytical Synthesis. My name is Pure.
Ja East.
Education.
And today we got our special guest, man. Definitely. My man, Mr. Mapp. What's up, Mapp?
It's a pleasure, man. Thanks for having me, fellas. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Definitely, man. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let y'all know, man, there's a reason I asked Mapp to come and be our guest, man. You know what I'm saying? Mapp is a productive brother, man. This brother has a lot of positive things going on that's helping the youth, you know what I mean, for tomorrow. And he's also still helping adults. You know, y'all don't admit it, but I see y'all watching him because I learned from Mapp, man. I watch Mapp do his thing, and I get jewels. You know what I'm saying? Word. But I'm going to turn it over to you, Mapp. Mapp, tell the people what you got going on, big dog.
Well, first of all, man, it's a pleasure to be here, fellas. And my name is LaRon Mapp. I'm a educator / trainer / coach / motivator. I'm just a person that loves people.
Okay.
You know, I love working with people. I love learning from people. I love growing. I love making the best out of life and what it is. And, you know, I grew up in South Jamaica Queens.
South Side.
Yeah, South Side, man. Shout out to 116 in Merrick. All my peoples, man. I grew up in a big family.
Okay.
But no dad. My dad died when I was 1 year old.
Oh,
and,
rest in peace.
You know, my mom was a strong lady. And my grandma and grandpa, they helped keep it together. But the one thing I always learned is that you have to be authentic. And, you know, your life is going to be remembered for what you did to help others more than any other individual accomplishment you can ever make. So I try to reach that out to anyone I come in contact with. And, you know, we've been together for a long time, H.
Yeah.
Pure. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
I apologize,
No
family,
doubt.
you know? And just through battle.
Right.
Through battle, we came close and we became tight like brothers, man. So when you asked me to be here, I didn't hesitate.
No question.
So once again, fellas, I'm so excited to be here and I'm ready to get it going, man.
All right. Cool. Well, you just came from a practice, right?
Yeah,
you want to tell the people where you coach?
I coach boys and girls high school, Lady Kangaroos. I've been doing it for 5 years now, going to my 6th year. And, you know, I love Bed-Stuy.
Okay.
You know, I'm from, like I said, from South Jamaica Queens, but Brooklyn's embraced me.
No doubt.
And Bed-Stuy is so historic and there's so much love. It's just, our kids need that on a consistent basis. So I find myself doing more, do more nurturing, more mentoring, more anything than I am coaching.
Okay.
And I'm proud of that.
Okay.
You know, and I think that I was put on this earth not just for wins and losses, but to change lives. So I'm truly excited every day to come to work. You know, right now my team is struggling, but ladies, I'm here for you. You know, we're gonna get it right.
No doubt.
You know, there's one thing I learned is that you're not a loser when you play to win in life. And a lot of our kids don't understand that you can be a winner through defeat. It doesn't make you a loser. You just lost a game.
That's it.
You know, so hopefully today, man, everybody that I know and everybody that you guys know are going to watch this and learn from this. And,
No doubt.
you know, there's power in everything, especially in knowledge. So, you know, I'm excited to be here. I got my bro on his way.
That's right.
You know, and
yes.
We're going to talk a little bit later on about Heal Thy, you know, the training there, man, because a lot of people know me through training, and I've been doing that for a long time, too. But I'm here for the knowledge, man.
Okay.
I'm thirsty for it.
Ooh.
You know, I'm thirsty for it.
Okay.
Yeah, Mapp, I just wanted to ask you, like, one question. Like, they say that, you know, WNBA, like, women's basketball is like, more authentic than, like, the NBA because they really play, you know, there's no tricks to it. It ain't, you know, but is that true? Like, with the young girls, like, they...
It's crazy that you say that because the one thing that I realized is that, you know, I have 2 daughters and I have a son now, and part of the reason why I got into girls basketball was because I was at Boys and Girls, and when I first got there, the boys team, you know, shout out to Ruth Lovelace, Boys and Girls High School, man, she's a legend. You know, she had a great team, but the girls team wasn't. They weren't relevant. You know, 0 for whatever the last couple of seasons, And I think the girls' game is played below the rim. It's a lot of team play and team concepts and just learning how to move the basketball. And I think it's a pure game. It's just, we're in a man's world. We're in a man's world, but I advocate for the young ladies. I advocate for my female athletes. I'm EOE. I'm equal opportunity, man. And I love all sports. Yeah. But, me being a girls basketball coach, I'm more partial to girls basketball. But, of course, I'm a fan of all sports.
Of course, yeah. 'Cause, I got an 11-year-old. She's growing pretty good. She liked the game, but I think she's probably like scared to just go all in.
And it's funny that you say that because a lot of our kids, the fear of failure overcomes the hunger to succeed. Yeah. And a lot of our kids, they're scared of the unknown. Yeah. And what you have to realize now, and what I would tell her is, there's scholarships everywhere. There are more scholarships now than there ever have been. And a lot of our young ladies have the opportunity to better their lives. Forget about going to the WNBA. Forget about, man, do what you got to do to be a doctor. Do what you got to do to be the next great lawyer. Yeah. The next great entrepreneur. If playing basketball is a composite level gets you there, then by all means, man, I'm for it, man. I'm for it.
Yeah. Don't limit yourself. The sky's the limit. It's definitely a lot more options now than there ever was before. So a lot of them old excuses that we did, it's not there no more. We gotta just keep our eyes on the prize, focus.
Absolutely. And in the society that we're in, it's big on distractions. Our kids are easily distracted by the streets, by the social media, by television, just by the environment, man. Everything is a distraction. So it's always about, for me, being mentally tough, being mentally strong, and stop allowing your environment to dictate what you do. But instead of using your environment to motivate you to become more than what you're accustomed to.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Education, how you feel?
Yo, I feel great. This is a dope topic, man. I want to stay on this for a second, and I think what Ja was getting at with the whole, the WNBA versus the NBA is that, and I think Matt touched on it with, the girls' game is played below the rim, and I think that the NBA is more entertainment. I think WNBA or in college basketball, period, and it's total, and high school basketball is more about fundamentals. Yeah. I think the man, like you said, we living in a man's world, and like us as men, we got egos, and how we play the game, we play, sometimes it's not always fundamentally sound. And I think that we play the game for the flash, for the, the hype, and sometimes you need that. But I think coaching females, they're more interested in not so much the flashiness of the game, but more of the fundamentals of the game and learning the actual game. And a lot of young kids out here now is not really, and this is my opinion, not interested in the fundamentals of the game. They just want to play to, that flash or whatever it is, that
video
to get
game.
them, to get them shown exposure to get to that next level. And then once you get to the NBA, it's all entertainment for me. I've been stopped watching NBA basketball for a means of like to learn the game. I watch NBA basketball when I do watch it for entertainment, but not to learn anything about the game, because I don't feel like you gain anything from watching the NBA.
That's an interesting one.
We're in an age of instant gratification.
Okay.
And kids are more in love with the result than the process.
Ooh.
So if you fall in love with the process, the result will be what you want to be. If you fall in love with the result, you'll always be searching through the process. So teaching kids if I show a kid how to play the game and I send them some videos on motivation or how to learn, I'm not sending them NBA videos. I'm sending them college. I'm sending them. I'm sending them teaching videos because our kids don't know how to be taught. I think AAU is one of the greatest things that ever happened to basketball. It's also one of the worst things that happened to basketball because it's such an emphasis on winning. Our kids are struggling, so the quality of the game is not as good as it used to be. It's not good. So you always hear what game used to be as it is compared to now. It's different. It is a little bit different, but at the same time, the fundamental principles of the game are the same. So
how y'all doing?
Wait, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, my fault. You know what I'm saying? We stepped away for 1 second. I gotta introduce the big homie, Mr. Matt. Introduce yourself, big brother.
So my name is Prince, aka Older Mapp. I'm Mapp's older brother.
That's right. Shout out to Prince.
Sure, man. Sure.
Part owner of Hill Die Training.
Okay.
But one of the things that I want to touch on is the trauma that these New York City kids go through even before they get on the basketball court. You know, the little intricate things about not even having a coat for the winter.
Yeah.
You know, not waking up and eating breakfast. You know, not having two parents in the home, one to be there to help them read 25 minutes a night. These are the things that these children actually go through before they even reach the basketball court. So how can you focus on being a great player when you can't even focus on being an average person? You know, there's trauma that we go through as children that we shouldn't go through, especially in the city, especially in New York City. Me and my brother, for one, you know, we grew up in a household where our father was addicted to drugs. You know, where our father overdosed on heroin. And however, sports was an outlet for us, and we used sports, especially around the holidays, to release some of the traumatic experiences that we have experienced as children. Matt was one of the lucky ones who was able to go to college and have a successful career and eventually going across seas to play ball. But Matt went through a lot of things as a kid. You know, we was poor, but my mother we didn't know. You know, so a lot of these kids are raising their kids now like they don't have the same things that we had when we was kids. You know, so they know they poor now. You know, they know they don't have food. They know they got to be in the house for their little sister and little brother because their mother didn't get home yet from work. Not to say that they're bad parents, but now the times are even rougher. So before we even talk about sports, we got to talk about being the average regular person. You know, what does it take to just to exist in this world we call of Earth?
It's funny that you say that, and I did a quick survey for my team yesterday, and out of 17 girls in the gym, only 2 live with mother and father. Only 2.
That's sad.
And the reality is, we had a girl who said that, you know, she doesn't want her father, and one of the girls whose mother and father lived with her said she didn't want her father to come to the game because she didn't want to be embarrassed. Girl stood up and said, I wish there was somebody to embarrass me. I wish there was somebody there to embarrass me. Somebody there that's going to yell and say, kick the goal. And it's a basketball game. You know,
I got you.
Touchdown.
Right, but it's a basketball game. I got you.
She said, I wish that I had somebody there. And it just turned the practice inside out because our kids are scarred. Like he said, our kids are scarred. So how do you heal and then teach and all that in one process and expect the kids to come out successful?
Right. So today's coaches, they're not just basketball coaches and trainers and stuff like that. The dads, they're counselors, you know, they're advisors, you know, they're providers, you know, all of these things in one before you even get on the court. You know, these like I said, it's wintertime and it's cold outside. Some of these kids don't have coats. You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids don't have, you know, like their own bed. You know, like how can you grow and want to be an athlete if you don't have the things that help you become a productive athlete? You know, the NBA, like he said, the NBA is all flash and shine, but they don't talk about the grit that comes behind it. You know, I was looking at something the other day, and they saying that the NBA, the NFL, and the Major League, they want to start investing into the communities because they predict 30 years from now they're not going to have good enough athletes. You know what I'm saying? How are they going to invest? How are they going to invest? Where would that money go? How would you help the kids, you know what I'm saying, become athletes? Because now, in the information age, everybody's on their phones. Everybody's playing. You got great 2K18 players.
That's a fact. They got headsets too. You could play what? You can play worldwide now, right?
I can
push a button, baby.
But that ain't gonna sell tickets.
You can get money now. You can get money from gaming.
That's right.
They give scholarships for that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fellas.
What?
Oh yeah. You can get a scholarship out of high school to go to college for free to be a video gamer.
Oh man,
That's a lifestyle now.
Ooh.
That's a profession.
Yeah, they got competitions. You could win
Man.
$10,000.
Listen here, man. You can go to college for free.
So is that a bad thing though?
Nah, but I mean,
It
I
is.
think the one.
It's
It
not
is
a
a
great
bad
thing.
thing.
It's not a
Okay.
great thing because everybody, with the kids we talking about, don't have the game. You know
They got
what I'm
2K15.
Yeah, they got NBA Live.
Yeah,
Nah,
they got
nah.
So
98,
so let
yeah.
me ask y'all this then. Would that tie into the topic? I mean, I'm glad you touched on that, Big Matt. The topic that says people's highest moments come from living the saddest stories. Right? I mean, is that a true statement?
So that's an accurate statement, and that's 1,000% truth.
Okay. You want to elaborate on that?
I'm gonna just give you a little bit of history about myself.
Okay, talk about
You know, I'll be 42 years old, and last year I was a professor at the new school. I taught a course called the Transformative Mentoring, Credible Messaging course. And this year I'm a director of a program that work with high-risk youth. I call them under-resourced. Community calls them high-risk because they have the potential of being shot or shooting someone, but they are all athletes.
Okay.
And I spent half my life in prison. You know, like I said, we grew up in a household with a single parent. Our father was addicted to drugs, and I took it to the streets early, you know, and I made one bad decision changed my whole life. You know, I wanted to play ball just like Mapp. You know, I missed most of his games. I think I made it to one of his high school games when he went to Malloy. Then after that, I went to prison, and I didn't come home to 2015. So I missed his whole college career. I missed his career in pros, but the ability to come home and share my experience and understand the dynamics of what it takes to become an athlete and understand the dynamics of what it takes not to become an athlete has been overwhelming. You know, the ability to work with these kids and literally change lives through our Hill Dive boot camp, where I grabbed 20 kids and we took them to the park, and they didn't even know each other. You know, they didn't even know that they was Bloods, Crips, whatever, Snow Gang, whatever case. They didn't even know who they was. They were just working together. They was working out together. They was helping each other on a pull-up bar, helping each other doing push-ups, pushing each other. Then we sat down at the table just like this, and we started to describe ourselves. And he's like, yeah, my name is such Big Loke. And my name is such Big Blood. And he's like, hold on, I was just spotting you yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I refused to let them have that conversation of who they were. That was part of the getting into the boot camp. And that has literally changed their lives because they always thought that they had to come out and had ops, you know, adversaries and issues with certain people just because of the colors they wore and the views that they had. But, you know, my experiences has allowed me to use what I went through to help cultivate young men and women to becoming great men and women.
It's funny that just to piggyback off that, you know, some kids look up to LeBron James, some kids look up to Michael Jordan. I look up to my big brother.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And this is and he's my role model, and he's the true example of strength, perseverance, adversity, and just. I told him there was no way that and I told you there was no way I was going to do this without him.
That's right.
You know, there was no way.
He made that official.
I was ever going to have a platform where I'm live in front of anywhere and he not right beside me.
No doubt.
You know, and I was telling the kids in my classroom that true character is who you are when you think no one else is watching. And a lot of us don't understand what that means. And when you can take a learning experience and grow from it, but now spread that message to so many different people that can gravitate to it and take from that. If you save one life, I ain't with that. I want to save more. I want to save hundreds. I want to save hundreds of thousands. I want to be the person that they remember 200 years from now and be like, yo, you remember that Mapp? Yeah, I remember him. Yo, he was this type of person.
Okay.
You know, so when you have a big heart, people see that. It's infectious, bro. It's infectious. And people want to be around that. But not everybody's going to accept it. And not everybody's going to be open to change. Because with change comes difference. And differences of opinion or difference of feelings and thoughts, and a lot of people are scared of that.
So let me ask you this then. Why do you think they don't want to accept it?
The fear of failure.
Okay.
Spoke about that. The fear of failure. Also, the fear of the unknown. If I don't know what's behind that door, bro, I'm comfortable right here.
Okay.
I'm not going to step outside.
Okay.
Unless I know that there's a chance that, or I'm guaranteed to know what's out there, I don't want to take that chance.
Okay.
And a lot of young people are like that nowadays. You know, we're all creatures of habit. And we all have levels of comfortability that we need. And once that level of discomfort starts up, we'll go right back to what we're doing that's comfortable for us.
And you know what's also the problem in sports? Like the athletes that come out the hood, like you know, they come back to the hood and they bring their toys back, but they really don't bring toys back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like Christmas time, they bring their toys back, but they don't bring toys back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Skip, Ray for Alston, he was my best friend growing up. You know what I'm saying? He'd come through in the Jag and the Benz and all that stuff like that. But in the same building with that, where I got shot at, where I ended up taking someone's life at, kids is in there starving. You know what I'm saying? I'll use my money for my check to buy kids toys or to buy coats, or we'd do a coat drive, but Skip would come through with his toy and not do anything. You know what I mean? Not to say that he's not doing anything, but it's not visibly seen. You know what I mean? And these kids thinking that we're going to get that by dribbling this ball, not knowing that he's one in a million that made it out the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, big bro. Big Matt. Hold on. What they say? Finesse! Yeah, that's very accurate. I like what you said, you know what I mean? And one thing I do want to respect, and like you said, that's not a diss, man. You just describing a reality. You know what I'm saying? That is, you know, that is a fact that you come across. And you know what I mean? I want to say like the same thing. I want to piggyback on what you just said about, you know, when kids see, oh, I could dribble and I could do that and I'll get $1 million. I'll become a millionaire, right? You know what I'm saying? And you said, yo, bro, that's 1 in a million, 1 in a gazillion. Like, you know what I mean? And like you said, brothers come back with toys, but they don't come back with toys.
Yo, and just another thing, Pure, it's real that kids need to understand the power of when college coaches come to see you, they see the player. But when they offer you the scholarship, they offer the scholarship to the person. So the person that you are will sell many more. You'll sell so much more of yourself than your game will ever sell. So a lot of kids don't realize that it's important to speak to people the right way. It's important to be respectful. It's important to talk to women and treat women the proper way. It's important to do all the little things. It's important to give back and volunteer without looking for something in return. Those are things that help build your character. And a lot of our kids aren't taught those things. They're taught, hey, you do this, you dribble this well, you can become that.
Right.
They don't show them, like he said, the statistic of there are 9 billion or 10 million of you out here doing this.
I got another one for you. Let's talk about, we're not even just basketball. We just talk about athletics, period. How many athletes from the hood go to college and actually graduate? A lot of them will tell you they went to these universities, but they ain't even graduate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Let's get to that.
Listen, man, there's athletes in the NBA right now that can't even read. Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it tall.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's keep it tall.
Read. And if they didn't have a jump shot or a wicked crossover, they would be right where we sitting at.
That's
right
a
now.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? So
they wouldn't be here with us, bro. We still productive.
Like literally sitting somewhere watching this.
I know what you mean.
Hopefully watching it, hopefully having a TV. You know what I mean? So it's the education is very important, man. Like when I went to prison, I had a 7th grade reading level not because I couldn't read, because I didn't want to read. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think I needed to read. I didn't think I needed to learn nothing because I was selling drugs. I said, okay, I'm gonna get the same thing that all these drug dealers is getting and coming home from prison and becoming rich in the hood. I'm gonna get the same thing. So reading was not a priority for me. I didn't know I could read until I actually read the book. My brother bought me a book when I was in Rikers Island called Niggas to Gods, and I read the book. I was like, oh shit, I could read. You know what I'm saying? Then from there, I took my GED, passed it on the first shot. I was like, oh snap.
Okay.
I said I gotta do something else, and I went and took my associate's degree from Mercy College. Then I went and took my bachelor's degree. Then now I'm 2 degrees from being a doctor because I passed that trauma of not wanting education. Education is also traumatizing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing. That's another obstacle that these kids have because they don't even want to do the educational part. You know, they think that they jump shot and they crossover is going to get them to college, but you know, you got to pass classes in college.
That's a fact.
Unless you one of them athletes that's, you know, that they're going to take the test for you, and the ones I'm talking about is going to be that can't read. But these athletes today are not that good. I haven't seen a LeBron James since LeBron James.
Okay.
And Pure, we see it every day. Part of the reason why I'm here today is because of our connection
That's a fact.
Of the kids that we deal with on a daily basis. And it's almost humbling when they put their arm around you and tell you, yo, I love you, I appreciate you.
That's a fact.
And they know that it's authentic. They
That's
know
right.
you a real nigga, so to speak.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to shoot a jump shot. I don't have to take you to a game. I don't have to do nothing.
I got to do none of that.
You know? And remember, they'll remember you 10 years from now then they'll remember any grade you ever gave them.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
I think that's more vital than anything, man.
Right.
Real, man.
Education, you got something?
Yo, I'm just sitting back and enjoying the conversation. Man. I'm telling you, yo.
Wow, his name is
first of all, I wanna
Education?
salute you, brothers,
That's
man.
beautiful, man.
Everything
What,
that
I
y'all
salute your
talking
name,
about is
man.
Great.
Yo.
And you know, I come from a place of, you know, wanting to like help with the kids and stuff. I've always been of that nature, and my relationship with Pure has developed over the years. And I like the fact that y'all touched on the trauma and how it starts in the home. These kids are faced with a whole lot more things than what you just see on the surface. And we use sports to cultivate that. And y'all as mentors being in that arena, you know, like you said, the guidance counselors, the mentors, the coaches, you're more than just a coach. You know, you cultivate that, but not everybody's there for that. So I'm just, you know, ecstatic of what y'all guys do, man, and I salute y'all.
I gotta play.
Listening.
I gotta play devil's advocate, my brothers. Right
Oh, yeah,
now,
I know you
yeah. I got to. So let's get to the athletics, right? So, I mean, let's stay on the topic of athletics. I'm bugging. Now, that kid that might be failing all those classes, but he can average 40, right? Let's pay attention, because even growing up, my eyes was always open. You know what I mean? The minute he does get eligible, without the help of the teacher, when he does get eligible and he does start to read, it went from 40 to 20. Right? He ain't averaging 40 no more. Is that because, this is my observation, is that because he stopped spending less time on the court and more in the classroom?
Nah, but he didn't go from averaging 40 to 20. His average really tripled. He went from 40 to 80. If you think about it, because he gained more knowledge in the classroom.
Okay.
So regardless of if your scoring average went down, so I'll give you an example.
Okay.
You average 40, but you got a 55 average. You're not marketable, bro, so you don't average 40. You're ineligible. You average 20 with an 85, 90 average. You are marketable. You bring something to the university. You bring something to your community. So you are more powerful, in my opinion, than the guy who averages 40, who don't have no grades.
I love it. Real it.
Talk,
that's
man.
the counter. I had to play the advocate.
But you know what? For every counter is a reaction.
That's right.
For every action is a reaction.
No doubt.
So at the end of the day, that's what our kids are struggling with. Yo, I want to average 40, but why I go to JUCO? Why I got to go to JUCO?
Okay.
Why I got to go to prep school? Why I got to reclass?
Oh.
Why am I reclassifying? I'm not just reclassifying because I don't have the talent.
Okay.
You got the talent, but you're reclassifying because school is not an issue for you. It's not a priority. Excuse me. It is an issue because it's not a priority. You know what I'm saying? You have to have both. You have to. Our kids can't pass the SAT, but they want to win every game. And they want to be they want to be the dog on the campus, the alpha. You know, so we got those issues that we got to deal with. It's not just in the hood, man. It's all over.
All over.
You know, and parents are investing in the parents that invest in their kids, not just academically, but socially and environmentally, and doing things to teach their kids the right way. Those kids end up lasting longer, bro. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes, sir.
It's a marathon, man. Word.
Talk about it, man. Hey, it's fun. Yo, it's funny because, and what if we took a survey, right? In New York City alone, how many brothers? I mean, not just talking basketball. Let's talk sports.
Yeah,
Sports
in general.
have went to major universities. Either they don't have a degree, or the degree they got, they can't even use it.
Dave Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of South Jamaica.
Okay.
Was averaging 50 in Andrew Jackson.
Okay.
Went to, I believe, Georgetown, right?
University. Shout out to Dave Edwards,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
John Thompson.
Legend.
Shout out Dave Edwards. Legend.
legend.
Okay, let's go.
Shout out.
But, you know, one of those cases, where are we now? You know what I'm saying? That's the perfect example of the where are we now. You know what I'm saying? Not enough to get past to that next level where you can utilize your education to enhance your game. You know what I'm saying? But right now, the game is about pure intelligence. It's about reading the defense, taking what you got, using the mechanics. It's pure intelligence. That's why they put emphasis on the LeBron Jameses of the court, the Kobe's, because they was pure intelligence. These dudes are phenomenal athletes and also phenomenal students.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? LeBron could go back to college and pass every class because he's a smart man. You know what I mean? And he utilized his intelligence to play the game, to take it to another level.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know what I noticed too is that a lot of people who go to college or was that dude back in the days, it's almost not their. They feel as though it's not their responsibility to give back to the kids or to do it their way. I think a lot of us really need to understand that we're blessed. We're blessed to have a platform like this to be able to share our ideas, to get people to. And we're in an age and advancement in technology where you don't have to want for anything. Hey Siri, how do I get? Oh,
she just said, "What can I help you with?"
She just hit me with the, you know what I'm saying?
Simple as that.
Our kids can't even go to a library, bro.
Right.
They don't know what a library looks like. They don't know what a cubicle is.
Mapp, so let me ask you something, Mapp. Jump in the pit, right? You in the pit, you know what I'm saying? And you got steps on the pit. The bottom of the pit is fire. You know what I'm saying? And it take you 15, 16 years to get out that pit, right? You finally get out that pit. Once you get to the top and you go out and you out the pit, you're not trying to go back down and bring nobody else out. You know what I'm saying? Like it was hard
enough getting out of there.
It was hard enough getting out of there. I'm not trying to go back to bring nobody else out because I already know that everybody back there is hating on me. That's the mentality that we have. You know what I'm saying? That's the I had these conversations with athletes. I'm like, yo, man, I ain't going back around there, man. Everybody, dudes just hating. Nah, dude just want to come out the pit. You know what I mean? And they don't have them steps. They don't have them steps that you had. You got steps where you can step right on and get out the pit. Now we you know what I'm saying, we still in the pit. We want to get out the pit. That's the only thing, man, but we don't want to go back to that pit. You don't want to fall into that fire again. You want to go back to where we were sharing sneakers, or where we had to fight when we went to first day of school because we had McGregor's and not the Converse weapons. Do you want to go back to those days?
Nah,
okay then.
I remember.
Okay then.
I remember.
But there's a few.
I remember when I had to wait. I had to make sure you didn't dirty your pants too much. I used to try to bleach them and turn them into acid wash. You had regular blue jeans. But I was right after him, so I had to make sure, don't mess those up. Mom, put the bleach right there. Put the bleach right here. All right, Wednesday I got acid wash now. We lit. I remember those days. No, we don't want to go back. So but this is what our kids deal with though on a daily basis.
So he was young when our father overdosed on heroin, right? Okay. So my father had a very, very bad heroin addiction. You know what I'm saying? So my brother Tommy, on Christmas time, right? Tommy used to get up early in the morning and say it was snowing and go shovel the snow, right? And go shovel the snow. So Tommy,
shout out to you, big bro.
So Tommy would be like, yo,
shout out to Tommy.
So we're like, yo, Tommy, what's up? Why you shoveling the snow? He said, yo, you're gonna go ride your bike today. Because if you don't ride them new bikes today, likely your father is going to sell those bikes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Now, how many kids are going through that today?
Right.
You know, how many kids are able to persevere from that?
Right.
To come up out of that pit. You know what I'm saying? And want to come back and give back. You know, you're not going to find many. You're not going to find many that want to relive that, man. It's traumatizing to relive it over and over and over again.
Yo, bro, I'm 38 years old, and that shit just hit my heart.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember too, though. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there, but I was there because it was going on in my community. You know what I'm saying? Some of those things are going on in my family. You know what I mean? So I understand, man. You know what I mean? Definitely, man. Definitely. Early 80s.
And I think that's where we are today in our mind frame. Our first thought, and maybe that's part of the reason why we're not out of the pit yet. Is because we're always trying to give to someone else.
That's offended.
We're always trying to make somebody else's life better.
Right.
Because we care so much. Do we need to be more selfish?
Nah, man.
Nah, Big Matt. Nah.
It ain't in me, bro.
Okay.
NASCAR is the biggest sport in the world, man.
All right.
And the pit is where they do the most work at.
Say it again. Big Matt. Say it again.
NASCAR is the biggest sport in the world, man. The pit is where they do most of the work. You know what I'm saying? Like all the work is done in the pit.
You know how many people ask me every day, man, you should leave boys and girls. You should leave them alone because you're not going to win there. You should leave there. You better than that. What you doing here? What you doing here? And every day I look at them and yo, it's a purpose. That's my spot right there.
That's your pit.
That's my spot right there. You know what I'm saying? In time, everything else is right. It's going to make itself. When it's meant to be, it's going to happen.
Got you.
You know?
Hey, people listening, I don't even want to say kids, man, because I think adults need to hear this, man. Because some of the adults is the biggest kids. Because some kids get it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So, people, you listening at all ages? It's Jewel session, man. Yeah, we got the maps, man, on deck.
We in
education.
The studio. We can feel
you know what I'm saying?
We can feel their energy, man.
Definitely, John East, man. We here. The synthesis,
you know
man. The synthesis. Oh man.
Peace.
Yeah. Education, what's up, man?
Yo, I think they hit on everything on that topic. People's, highest moments come from the saddest stories, and hearing their story, about, the brother going to jail and how they lost their pops and the positive things that they doing is probably a direct result of what they went through, the trauma that they went through as kids, man. And that definitely hit the topic right on point.
Oh man, listen, man. Hey, preach. We gonna wrap that up, man. This part 1, man. We gonna come back with part 2 for y'all, man. Stay tuned, man.
No, it's more?
It's more, man. This is part 1, man. We wrapping this one
Sunday,
up, man.
Baby.
We signing off, man. My name is Pure.
Child East.
Education.
And we got the maps, man.
Hell's Eye.
Yeah.
The mind, body, and spirit of the athlete.
Hey, we gonna come back too in part 2. We gonna talk more about that Healed Eye. You know what I'm saying? Part 2. We gonna get into it. Stay tuned, man. Easy.